Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. 4. Saturn's moon Enceladus works like a giant can of spray paint. Being the sixth largest moon of Saturn, Enceladus is ranked 19th in the solar system in size, 310 miles, 500 kilometers in diameter. For comparison, it is a tenth the size of Titan, the planet's biggest moon. Enceladus has the distinction of being the most reflective and brightest object in the solar system due to constantly being showered with snow and ice. This is due to a geological resurfacing process caused by Saturn's gravitational pull, theorized to be generated by the tidal bending caused by the force. This tidal action creates heat, causing geysers to frequently refresh much of the surface with more sterile ice and snow. As a result, the surface temperature at noon climbs to just minus 324.4 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 198 degrees Celsius, or 75.1 Kelvin, which is much colder than a light-absorbing object should get. Despite this, its diminutive stature has an extended variety of surface features that range from ancient, heavily cratered areas to regions of terrain that are younger, yet tectonically contorted. When discovered in 1789 by William Herschel, very little was learned about Enceladus for almost 2 centuries. Then Voyagers 1 and 2 performed flybys of Saturn in 1980 and 1981, but only Voyager 2 got photographs, while Voyager 1 had technical difficulties with its camera during its flyby. In 2005, Cassini performed several flybys of the moon, even flying through a plume and gathering data on it, disclosing a wealth of knowledge about its surface environment in stunning detail. One of the most intriguing discoveries was a geyser being caught on camera venting a plume of vaporized water out into space close to the South Pole. There have been 101 geysers located on Enceladus. A portion of the water vapor they release falls back to the surface as snow, while some actually spray paint everything that flies over and too closely, which then promptly freezes like drying paint. 3. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, is bigger than a planet. Larger than the planet Mercury is Titan, Saturn's largest moon and second largest in the solar system. It ranks behind only Ganymede, Jupiter's largest moon, that beats Titan by only 2%. The atmosphere of Titan is mostly nitrogen, as it is here on Earth, and planetary scientists theorize that there are rivers, lakes, clouds, rain, and oceans of liquid hydrocarbons like ethane and methane on the planet. However, when the Cassini-Huygens probe landed on the surface of the huge moon, it took photographs of a rocky and barren surface with no lakes or rivers in sight. Scientists have evidence and postulate seas of methane hundreds of miles deep and wide. They also theorize an ocean of water existing under Titan's crust, which could sustain life. Photographs of Titan look hazy due to an atmosphere of methane that completely blocks the view of the surface, which was the main reason for landing the Cassini-Huygens probe. 2. Saturn's amazing ring system. The ring system stretches out some 175,000 miles, 282,000 kilometers, while the main rings average just 98 feet, 30 meters, in thickness. They've been assigned letters in the alphabetical order they were discovered in, and are relatively close to one another, with the exception of a 2,920 miles, 4,699 kilometer, gap called the Cassini division that isolates rings A and B from each other. As stated, starting from Saturn, the main rings designated A, B, and C are dense and easy to see, while rings D, E, F, and G are indistinct and a bit harder to discern. The latter rings listed here were discovered more recently than the former. Out further, there are more ending with the E ring. Even further out, there's the Phoebe ring, which tails behind the moon in its orbit. 1. Saturn's North Pole is a 6-sided hexagonal monster storm. One of Saturn's biggest mysteries, at least in size if nothing else, is its North Pole, which has a storm raging there that's 6-sided or hexagonal. This massive vortex is an atmospheric phenomenon that's been both perplexing and fascinating planetary scientists since its discovery, fueling debate and controversy ever since. It was first photographed by the Voyager missions launched in 1977, and images of the storm were stitched together to form a complete picture by David Godfrey in 1987. This storm is at least twice as big as any hurricane ever recorded on Earth. It's 2,200 miles, 3,500 kilometers across, with wind speeds up to 300 miles, 482 kilometers per hour. For your information, winds on Saturn can reach a blistering 1,118 miles per hour, 1,800 kilometers per hour. In contrast, the highest wind speed recorded here on Earth is just 231 miles per hour, 371 km per hour, almost 5 times faster. So on Saturn, there's nowhere to land or stand, and the planet rotates so fast you'd be flung out into space. That is, unless those monstrous winds get a hold of you first. Then you just fly around the place for eternity. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.